What's up? What's up? What's up? We're back. Yes, I'm not sure what happened, but I'm on screen now. Nothing is ever easy for me in the Earlverse, but we're back, babies. We're back. I'm back in the New York groove. I'm back. Back in the New York groove. So sorry about that. I'm not sure what was happening. But the important thing is we're here. And we're just a happy-go-lucky stream. We fight through the odds. And once you go black, you do go back. Hey, what up, Hi-Fi Protege? It's early in the morning, so you guys know the West Hollywood Wi-Fi is... It's a little whack at times. But that's all right. Lois woke me up, for those of you wondering why I'm up at this ungodly hour. Yes, what's up, G's and gents? Thank you, thank you. You know, listen, likes and subscriptions make the Earl world go round and round. So, message hell for review. Are you lonely? Not really, to be honest with you. Probably Panic Studio, I would bet. I mean, I'm around hundreds of people every night. Even when I go to the gym, I'm around 50 people who love me and all want to talk to me. Well, you talk like someone who's an idiot. So hit the subscription button. I didn't get a spot tomorrow night. It's a rare Saturday night off. So I don't really, I don't know who got my spot or whatever you want to call it. It's not necessarily my spot, but, you know, I'll stream or whatever. Peter Chicken Man Brennan, MLC Fatterday. I don't know what that means. Chicken Man, you have me confused. Are you ever going to be on Story Wars? I mean, you know, they got to ask me, you know. Shows like that. I mean, I have so many great stories. Just the gangbang story. What up, Spurg Snake? Just the gangbang story alone would be a perfect story to tell on that show. But you know, I don't know. I don't really get asked to do a lot of people's, you know, the bigger podcast. And I know people have reached out to those guys about me on that particular one, but you know, I'm not going to beg to be on anyone's podcast. You know. Some chatters call MLC Saturdays Fatterdays. Well, Alessandro, I would like for you, and I can arrange it too. I would like for you to attend an NFL football practice and strap on the pads, and we'll see how you feel about us weakling Americans after about 2 plays. You know, I'm 6'4", 260 pounds. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm on the outs with MLC. But, you know, I don't really care, to be honest with you. I mean, I watch snippets of the show. I don't watch the full show. And from what I've heard, Kevin was talking shit about me yesterday, and that's fine. Have Hope Gutierrez on. Let the fans enjoy that. Or have Clearwater Chad just stare into the fucking camera and pay the guy. That's robbery. You should do that show, How to Catch a Predator. Hey, oh, see, that's a funny joke. I'll give you that, Panic Studio. I mean, it's been done in here before, but you know, I'll give you the creativity points for that one. Well, we did take the Indians' land. That's something I can't Not a lot of wiggle room around that one. Kind of like the Jews did kill Jesus. Not a lot of wiggle room in that one. I think Mike Black gets confused for Kyle Hurt. I don't know who Kyle is. I thought you meant Kyle Irby. I haven't seen him in a hot minute. So even though I didn't get a spot this week, I've got a lot of spots under Rose, so I just keep my mouth shut. Um, Alessandra, where are you from? Alessandra, are you from Brazil? I see the last name of Ronaldo. I mean, I'm going to assume you are from a soccer playing country. Football. I only watch soccer when it's the World Cup. It's exciting. Justin K, don't tell me how to act in my stream. I'll end this stream right now. Just kidding. Yes, don't be a dick. I try not to be a dick in here. But, it's tough, Justin, sometimes when you have a stream and people troll you and whatnot. Heath Gray got your Saturday spot. I don't know who that is either. I'm out of the loop with who people are. I would not do a show with Dean Del Rey. I would decline. Rick Ingram, I would do a show with. So you're going to have to come up with a new third. And Dean would be horrible on Kill Tony. He's not quick enough. But, and I don't think Tony would have him on anyway. So, yeah, I'm still experimenting with times to do this. Yeah, Rick Ingram is great. He's very quick. I could see him doing quite well on Kill Tony. Oh, okay. I mean, you have to have a particular sense of humor for Kill Tony if you're on the panel. What up, Kevin? And you have to be quick, and Rick is both. Dean is not. So, that would be, a fun Kill Tony panel for me. If Tony said, "Hey, Earl, you can pick your panel," I would say me, Brian Holtzman, and Ingram. That would be amazing. Or if it's just two, me and Ian Bagg, or me and Holtzman. So Holtzman's awesome, and we get along. You want to do it with people you get along with, and that you can almost play off of each other. So, yeah, Brian is absolutely not for everyone. I've seen him get applause breaks, and I've seen him walk the room. So, that's quite, he's feast or famine. He's like Kiss. You either love him or you don't like him. You, Holtzman, and Peter Chen would break the internet. Yeah, I don't think Hinchcliffe would put Peter Chen on Kill Tony. Unless he knew it was the last episode and he wanted to stick it to Netflix. What up, Kubusoir? We're going to call you Mr. K. I'm not going to say that name more than once. So, yeah, that would be fun. I'm trying to think who else. Well, the funny thing about Holtzman is I've studied his crowds because I watch him every time he's in the main room. Guys love him. Girls, probably about 20% of women like him. And so it's magical when it's more than 20% of the women like him. But guys don't want to laugh at the misogynistic jokes because they're on a date. So it's a very unique dynamic in the room. So it's just magical to see, especially at the Comedy Store. The one set he had when I was on his show at the Mothership was so funny because that crowd wants it. The Mothership crowds, at least the one I was on, they want blood. And that's probably in part because of Kill Tony. Conditioning the Mothership crowds for blood. Who should be a voiceover actor? All right, quit. You're a 0 for 1. 0 for 1. So it is not a black screen still, Jenna. Oh, I am a voiceover actor. I do a lot of cartoon voices. I do a lot of animated movies, cartoons, usually the bad guy or the father figure. I also do I just did a voiceover for Georgia State lottery commercials. Buy your Georgia State lottery scratchers now, void where prohibited. Um, so I'll take it. If you want to get a taste for my cartoon voice, you can check out Tyler, the Creator's The Jellies. I was the father on the show. It's on Adult Swim, HBO Max, and the Cartoon Network. And has an interesting tidbit on that show. I was the only white guy on the show. So it was pretty awesome. Tyler's a great guy. He's a kid, really. And I was treated very well. And I was the lead actor on it. My first animation gig, I was the lead, which was quite scary, to be honest with you. Because I was scared because I was in there with a lot more established voiceover actors. But I was number one on the call sheet, babies. So, I'll take it. And, the cartoon, I get asked this a lot. The cartoon was never canceled. So it could come back at any time. But it's been a few years, so probably not. I mean, I've got enough credits to say, hey, I've been on TV. Did Tommy help you out with the process of saying the N-word? He did. I took voiceover lessons from Charlie Adler and Tommy Morris. What the fuck? Felix, I'll keep trying, I mean, the good thing is I have multiple sources of income, so, I can audition until I get something. So, well, I don't want to bore. I don't see a lot of new people in the stream, so I'll save that story high five for when there's a few more people in the stream. No, not Tommy Morrison, the boxer. You gotta love Stallone used him in Rocky Five. I mean, everyone knew he had AIDS back then, and of all the white boxers you could have used in that role, you picked the one guy on planet Earth who has AIDS. What the fuck? Shit, you probably could have gotten Tex Cobb. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people. Um, they asked me to tell a joke in here, and I was like, "Hey, I've got over 1,500 videos. Watch my shorts, and then get back to me if you think I'm funny or not." Yeah, we don't use the N word in here, Joseph. Yes, that's a fact, Jack. I was in the Benchwarmers, so how many people in here can say they were in a Napoleon Dynamite movie? These think Vince McMahon did dudes on their way up to the top? I mean, I'm sure he did. I mean, he seems to have been a freaky deaky type of guy. So, thank you, Panic Studio. I mean, I try. I'm not. I think people get confused when they hear me say I'm a stand-up, and they're like, "Okay, let's hear jokes." But I always tell them, as a comic, I'm trained to hear laughter, not someone type LOL if they like a joke. So that's why I don't do it. You're a good actor, brother. You are able to do it. Not everyone can. I mean, I'm lucky, But now I need that next cartoon, You need that next fix. Do you know? Do you have any relationship with Charlie Sheen? I've never met him, actually, to be honest with you. Do you know about Chris Chan? I don't. Don't know who that is. What up, Richard Swanson? Good morning. We had some technical difficulties earlier in the stream, but now we are back and back for more, baby. So share the, a lot of people ask, Earl, we can't give you money. We can't give you the money, honey. What can we give you? Well, you can share the stream. Um, you can hit the like button. You can hit the subscribe button. There's many ways that are non-financial ways that help a streamer. Oddly enough, more than money. Earl can do anything with his voice and build, let alone his comedic gift. Well, I'm trying. It's a. I cannot believe I have not gotten on Gutfeld. I called in like 4 favors from 4 different people, all 4 who are very established in their field, and it still didn't help. So, well, I'm absolutely not going to watch a fucking 70-part documentary on someone I've never heard of before. But, I think Chris Chan will live. Yeah, I slept for a few hours, and then when I'm up, I just you know, I know I won't be able to sleep for another hour or so, so fuck it, I'll stream for a bit. I know my stream would probably do better if I just picked a slot. So, okay, 4 p.m. every day. So that way you guys know, oh, it's 4 p.m. time to go to YouTube for Earl. But right now, that's just not how I'm doing it. Right now I'm just trying to slam the algorithm into submission. So I like watching, probably one of the best weird documentaries I've ever seen was on Amazon. It was only like 25 minutes, but it was on the boxer from the late 70s and early 80s, Michael Dokes, who, should have been a huge heavyweight star, but, I think he liked to go a little hard in the paint. Yeah, I want to meet Tyrus. That's the only reason. As a matter of fact, when I walk on set, I'll shake his hand and I'll just walk right off. You can take Tampa Chad's time slot. Chad will be back in fucking a week. That's his only source of income. Outside of a few opening gigs, which, they don't pay very well. That's not a knock on Chad, but, you're the opening act. You're basically a monkey. They can get anyone. Oh, you don't want to do it for $100? Well, we got this local act. We'll do it for free just to get into the club. So, I never really liked Tyrus as a wrestler, to be honest with you. But, I don't hate on the guy. Shit, he's doing stand-up tours now. That shows you the power of Gutfeld. Like when Tyrus is doing stand-up, that's almost as bad as Shab doing it. My last fist fight, I can't even remember when my last fist fight was. Probably playing hockey. I didn't lose too many. Well, no, I didn't actually. I lost my last fist fight because unbeknownst to me, my opponent, who was about 5'7", 160 pounds, I thought I could take this fucking guy, was an Orange County sheriff. And I did not do very well. But then we later became friends, so it was all good in the hood. So, no, I did not win my last fight. See, most guys would have lied and said they did. I did lose. He choked me out, to be completely honest with you. He did this weird, like, almost finger poke of doom, if you remember Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan. And it was so powerful, it turned me around. And then he choked me out. And then when I woke up, he had my glasses in his hand. I said, dude, those are $700 frames. Please don't break them. He's like, all right, well, settle down. I'm like, no problem. Okay. I do have a chill voice. Because I'm genuinely happy. Most streamers aren't happy. They just grift the people in the stream for fucking money. Gimme, 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 gimme. And, I'm probably almost too interactive with the free questions, but, it's just who I am. So, I'm sure if I didn't answer any free questions, you guys would probably pay to ask me questions. But, I make enough money in other venues that I don't have to um, have you guys grift me. By the way, High Five Protege, we're going to talk next time about putting some of the full shows on Patreon. I am kind of re-upping my efforts for Patreon. Johan, I don't even know what the hell you're saying, to be honest with you. 100%. I've worked too hard to be cocky. I mean, 25 years in the jungles of LA comedy. I have, it teaches you to be humble real fast. Because it's like my mom said, what up, Michael? There's always someone with a bigger dick than you in the room. Now, most parents wouldn't speak to their 12-year-old child like that, but that is how my mom did it. But, I got the point. Like, there's always someone with more money in the room. There's always someone with a better career in the room. There's always someone with a nicer car in the room. I got that one night when I got my Jeep a couple of years ago as a bright red, fully loaded Rubicon. And I drove up to the Comedy Store like I was the richest guy in the world. And then within 1 minute, Russell Peters drove up in a Bentley. And then his wife drove up with, I think it was like a Lamborghini or something with suicide doors. I'm like, okay, my car's not that nice. And then Dion Cole drove up with a Rubicon that made mine look like a Hyundai. So Lois is waking. Lois is awaking. Yes, chill, Lois, chill. What up, Kim Nicholson? Welcome to the stream. So, and for those of you new to the stream, that is my dog Lois with a partially collapsed trachea. So when she first wakes up in the morning, she coughs a lot. But she's not in pain. She's the best dog on planet Earth. So, Lois is my dog. Lois is not my girlfriend, but essentially she is my girlfriend. So, she'll go back to bed in a minute. So, yeah, I mean, I'm actually Jewish, but I was raised Catholic, if you can believe that. A little terrier mutt. So, she is, yes, Lois is the RFK Jr. of dogs. Here she comes. There she is. Lois, you better get some water now. I've been fattening Lois up, to be honest with you. There's the baby. I love Brian Holtzman. Holtzman is the man. That is a sweet baby. She's going to go drink some water. She is a great, great dog. So she's got to go get some water now because she's thirsty. The dog is shaved right now. I mean, Lois has had long hair at times. So, Lois is about 15 or 16, but relatively healthy outside the cough. She still eats quite a bit. Yes, RFK Jr. is my first cousin. My dad's sister is his mama. Thank you, Stink Nasty. She's an old dog, but I love her quite a bit. She is a good old dog, but she'll be fine. She'll go back to bed in a minute. And that's interesting, Stink Nasty. Very interesting. Hey, hit the like and subscribe button, kiddies. It's what makes the internet go round and round. Yeah, I mean, Lois, thank God, does not have that, but she does have, the trachea issue and some fluid in her lungs from, did you know Joan Kennedy? I did not. I did not. So, but she still can walk for quite a bit, and she's actually a very good dog. Her vision's not what it once was, or is her hearing. Now she's got to take the roundabout way to get some water. See, I know my dog. She's over there. She knows we're talking about her. She's like, get that fucking camera off me, man. I'm trying to drink some water without you talking about it. And yeah, I mean, that's awesome to have a dog that is 19 years old. I mean, my mom had a Yorkshire Terrier that went to, I think, about 21. Now, the dog probably should have been put down around 19. But, I mean, this dog was not in pain, but it wasn't exactly thriving either. Hi-Fi Protege, $1.99. Instead of Ray, can Lois get head scratches? Hey, you mean, we don't talk about Ray DeVito in here. You're going to have to go to MLC. I'm sure Ray will go back on that show and have Kevin talk to him like a Riri. That ain't happening with me. You know what I'm saying? Fatal Cookie. Yeah, you get it. But, the dog was not in pain. I don't think that dog ever saw the outside of the house the last 5 years of its life. My mom would just let it go in the bathroom and her bedroom, do whatever the dog did, and then just clean it up. So, ray gun, it wouldn't let me write guns. They, YouTube's very strange. Chicken, I'm gonna go chicken piccata, Joseph. That's my go-to meal. I mean, I love KB, but you're not going to talk to me like you do at Clearwater Chat or Ray DeVito. Sorry, that ain't happening. I mean, the great thing about Kevin is he doesn't need any one person. MLC does fine when I'm not on it. But how many, you guys, Spur, how many, Chicken Marsala is great too. I doubt that, no gusto. But how many MLCs have I individually saved? A lot. And I've never gotten paid once. And, I don't need the money necessarily, so that's why I don't ask for the money. But if you're going to pay Hope Gutierrez or all these other fucking losers, then you're going to start paying me. And it's not even for the money, it's for the principle. Well, thank you. I don't know if I should be anyone's hero, to be honest with you, but thank you very much. Show me the money, honey. But I mean, I think KB and KB would never say this because it would mean he actually. I think he respects me as a comic or whatever. So he keeps. He knows he's not going to be able to talk to me like he does Ray or other people. No, we don't do shout outs in here, baby. Um, well, I mean, listen, everyone loves money. So, see, anyway, Perkins, he comes in about every sixth stream. So, well, everyone wants it, and everyone, is different. Everyone does things, um, everyone's different in what they'll do. I mean, Ray will happily drive from Cleveland to New York to host a show at the Stand once a month. I would not do that under any capacity. So, well, I don't know about that stuff, Gambu, but um, I just know that I will not be spoken to like he speaks to most of his other guests. That ain't gonna happen. But everyone's different. Like everyone's tolerance level for how they will be spoken to is, mine's just um, mine's just very low. Like I have no tolerance for disrespect, and I get Kevin, and I get the show and the nuance of MLC, but well, that's cool. San Diego is nice. So, man, Lois is having a real attack today. I mean, I don't know if money is everything, but it helps purchase things that can be everything. Um, well, I just have nothing. I don't do the online roasting. Would it be a great episode of MLC if he sent me the link today and we just yelled at each other? I don't do that. Um, if I got something mean to say to you, I'll say it to your face. Um, so, all right, Jenna, have a good yoga class. Okay. Nobody really cares. Thrice great. I'm actually not scared at all. So, a fun fact: I ran into Jeff Ross' cousin yesterday. Came up in conversation. Oh, Ed. Those guys are all cucks to Jeff. Anyone around the Jeff Ross world or circle sucks because they all know what he is. They just, oh well, he makes enough money where I can go to dinner with him and he'll buy. Um, if you have less than 100,000 subscribers, or what are you talking? I don't know what you're talking. Money or whatever. Oh, I thought you meant his cousin Ed. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. Too many people in Jeff's world. Thank God. Oh, trust me, I would not want to be Jeff Ross on any day that ends in Y. But you don't know him like I do, so you're probably a fan of his. But if you knew what he was like in real life, you wouldn't be. So try again. Try again. You're 0 for 2. Um, she didn't know what was up. No one around Jeff knows what was up. What do you think I wish I looked like, Jeff? The fuck out of here. Think he'll try and reconcile if his disease gets worse? Probably not. I mean, but Jeff doesn't care. We're the same age, basically. He don't care about amending fences with a white dude his age. He's a sociopath. Like he went over to that Saudi Arabia festival, no problem at all, man. And anyone who did that festival should be embarrassed. But like for Jeff would play Hitler's Barbecue if he got asked. I mean, that Saudi Arabia thing, they hate blacks over there, they hate women, they hate gays. And the crazy thing is, Burr has a black wife, and he still went over there. So, I mean, he couldn't have needed the money. Specifically, him and Chappelle and Russell Peters. And I'm good friends with Russell, but what are you going to do? People have, their own methods of the madness. Um, yes, Joe DeRosa looks like a mongoloid version of me. That's the extreme, right? But like, Chicken Man, even in all seriousness, like, who would go over there? Like, I guess we're finding out who, but like, and I believe that Saudi Arabia was complicit in the financing of 9/11. I mean, where do you think bin Laden got the money? Do you think he withdrew it from an ATM? Or who's the guy, the mastermind of 9/11, that fat guy who looked like Ron Jeremy? Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. But I mean, like, I could understand if you needed the money, if you were desperate, you had a mortgage and you had a payment due, and they're going to repossess the house. You're like, fuck it, I got to go over there and do this festival. But like, Burr can't need the money. He makes millions a year doing stand up. Um, so, um, you know, I mean, I don't know how the Saudi government was involved, but you know, I think they gave bin Laden's family safe passage after 9/11. I think. And, listen, 9/11 wasn't free. You had to fly these guys all over the world for years. You had to pay for their hotel rooms for years. And, that money was coming from somewhere. Gee, I wonder where. KB Take on Burr appearance was epic. Well, I hope you're watching me live, Larry Bird. So yeah, but I don't think any of those comics went over there to be groundbreaking artists showing the strife of the people over there. They're going over there for the fucking. It's a cash grab. It's literally a cash grab. I mean, Jessica Kirshen went over there. She's gay. She know they hate gays over there. Now Tim Dillon agreed to do it just as a goof, and then he started talking. I think Tim was the smartest guy out of them all. He took the money and didn't even go over there. So, it's just interesting to see what people will do for money. I mean, I was not asked to do the festival. I think everyone knows that, but I wouldn't have done it. Fuck those people. And people are like, well, if they gave you $10 million, you would have done it. They're not going to give me $10 million for 30 minutes. So it's literally like saying, Earl, if you had a 2-foot dick, would you do porn? Well, I probably would. But you know what? I don't have a 2-foot dick. It's 1.5 feet. Hey, what up? What up? I wouldn't have. I really, and no one believes you because, if they threw you $100,000, you would have done it. Oh, 500,000, you would have done it. I wouldn't have. I don't need the money for that. Do I need the money? Yeah, everyone needs money, baby. I live in the most expensive part of Los Angeles. So I'm certainly not crying poverty, but $500,000 would have been pretty cool to get for doing stand up. But I would not have gone over there. Can you imagine if Holtzman would have gone? Yeah, he would have been calling them. Yeah, do it. Can you put like a turban on me and shit? That could go viral. If you take one of my old clips and I'm in a tent, like when James Bond went, what was it, Spy Who Loved Me, when he went to visit his buddy in the desert, and James Bond had to go, but the guy offered him one of his girls for the night, and he's like, when in Egypt, one must delve deeply into its treasures. What got that? And Roger Moore's James Bond, what a big EA Sports. It's in the game. Maybe I won't play EA Sports anymore, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm trying, GMB. I'm trying. I mean, this is no, the internet. Comedy is no joke. It's I should be much more known than I am. I mean, I got most of my hair. I mean, there's a little less than what there used to be, but I'll take what for 57. I have a great hairline. Now, if I was 20 and had this hairline, I'm losing my hair, but. You guys are actually being nice today. I'm not used to that. Um, yeah. I just I put a turban on me, and I'm holding a mic. That'd be pretty funny. That'd probably get some likes. Um, I don't know what you're trying to quit, baby doll. We'll go. Speaking of quitting, I'm going to do about another 10 minutes. Yoga canceled. We'll come on in for another 10 minutes. We'll go downward dog. We'll do some chaturangas. And then we'll do a nice vinyasa. Um, that would be scary. Raised in Brentwood, educated in the Valley. I was raised in Bel Air, educated in the Valley. Hey, quitting cigarettes is relatively easy. My sister was a big time smoker, and she just sucked on cinnamon sticks. So, when do you sleep? I mean, I sleep when I have to. Like it's 9:22 in the morning. I'll probably sleep for a few hours after this stream, and then wake up, maybe stream again, take a little nap, go work out, take a little nap, stream again. I know that my stream would be more popular if I just hit one time once a day. Like Brennan does. You got to give Brennan credit. Everyone knows when it's 1 p.m. on the West Coast, 4 p.m. on the East Coast, it's MLC time. So, but I'm up, so I figured, fuck it, I'll stream. If Marin was smart, he would have you, KB, and Rogan on for his last guest, no filter. I don't think I would be on Marin's short list. But I'm sure Del Rey will get in there. He's so fucking phony. I mean, I don't know if I would say Marin's not smart. I mean, he was really one of the first podcasters to actually make money. Like, I think, him and Rogan were the fucking outliers of the podcasting world of, oh, fuck, you can make a lot of money doing this. So, I mean, I think Marin's kind of like a more successful KB. I mean, that's who he is. He's bitter. And he's slightly angry. So, and he's kind of, a little creepy at times. I mean, I remember when we were in the parking lot once talking, me and him were talking about Owen Benjamin, of all people. And my ex-fiance was maybe about 20 feet from us talking to one of her friends. And Marin looks at her and goes, "Who's that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's my girlfriend." And he looks at me and goes, "Congratulations, she looks dirty." I was like, "What?" So, angry, neurotic, little weirdo. Well, I wouldn't call him a little weirdo. I mean, any comic is a little weird, but I just think that he's KB. He's like what KB would be. He's what KB should be. I mean, KB should be fucking, on a Norm Macdonald level of fame. So, did I miss a question in here? You guys are talking about something that I have no idea what you're talking about. Everyone's weird. I mean, most comics from Los Angeles are fucking dead inside. You talk about a vapid group of people I have as friends and coworkers. I don't know. I don't know about that, to be honest with you. That was a little before I got into comedy. Almost done sending in a sec. I love it. I love it. Just put the hijab on me. Rich people are even weirder. Trust me on that one, Joseph. I don't think KB wants to get more famous. He's content. Well, I mean, KB has shown older comics like myself, hey, you don't have to be a road dog anymore. You can make money from your stream. And, KB is really, see, I'm complimenting him where he was talking shit about me yesterday, but, the facts are what they are. He is, like I read the free chat, which is probably why I have $1.99 in super chats today. KB doesn't read the free chat. He trolls the trolls into sending him money. Oh, you want to say my brother Neil's funnier than me? Fuck you. I'm not going to read it. Oh, you want to say $10 my brother's funnier than me? I'll read it. I mean, it's kind of brilliant, to be honest with you. What a I'm not going to say your name, but I do. Uh, that is a funny screen. That might be, other than Connie Lingas, that might be my favorite new screen name. Uh, I'm going to say it just because it's so funny. Dicks in my ass. That's funny, dude. You made me laugh. KB talks shit about all his friends or comics he respects. He talks shit about everybody, to be honest with you. But what up? I used to date a girl from Decatur, Alabama. Um, so I mean, even KB told me once when we were getting relatively friendly online. Of course, I've never actually met him. Don't get too close to me; I'll turn on you. Um, well, I mean, I get it, but negativity sells. I'd probably have 200 more people in here if I roasted KB or Melton or me and Mersh went at it or Carl or whatever, Steel Toe. But I don't do that online shit. Like I said, if you want to, go at it with me, we're going to be in the same room. And you're going to look into my eyes, and I'm going to look into your eyes, and you're going to say something bad about me. And about 2 seconds later, I'm going to say something bad about you. I like that combat. That's the one thing I really enjoyed about roast battle is I loved the individual one-on-one combat, no keyboard warrior shit. It's one-on-one in front of a live audience. So, I mean, I don't know if rich people are more sensible. It's crazy how people want to be KB's friend when he keeps repeating that he has no friends, which he's okay with. I mean, I would say deep down, um, everyone wants friends. No one likes to be alone. Nobody. They put up the front. Oh, I'm a big fucking tough guy. Fuck the world. But everyone wants a good friend to talk to every now and then. Um, so, um, but listen, it's his brand, and it's authentic. That's why I like KB and Marin. They're authentic. They are like that in real life. I remember after Hinchcliffe did not do well at that political rally. Marin just walks by me and in the cattiest way go, Tony Hinchcliffe, not that funny. And just walked off. Like he just wanted to say that to somebody. Um, I am not lonely. I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. And there's a big difference. I'm around hundreds of people every night. I go to the comedy store, I'm around hundreds of people. I go to the gym, I'm around 100 people. So when I come home, I'm alone with my dog, and I fucking love it. But you can be alone like I am right now when I turn this stream off, and we'll go another 5 minutes. We'll say another 5 minutes, and technically I'm alone in a dark condo with a sick dog, but I'm happy. I'd rather be alone with Lois than have a roommate I don't like or whatever. So, and now Lois is back to going to sleep. She won't make a noise for about another 2 hours. So I'll go upstairs for 2 hours and sleep. Lois will come upstairs in about 2 hours and cough and wake me up, and then I'll take her to the bathroom. So, you know, what is true, YouTube itch? Oh, so Riyadh just dropped the new flyer for their September. Interesting. I'll have to check it out hi-fi when I'm not on the stream. Once Ingram decides to stop doing stand-up, I can see him being the next KB LA edition. I mean, I'm probably the next KB of LA comics because my stream from this time last year to now is 100 times better because I get how to deal with trolls. You give trolls a little bit of attention because that's what they want, and then to shut them down, you put them in their place. Um, so you can, not me. I mean, Dodger Stadium. I went to a Dodger game the other night, or not the other night. Like it was before the playoffs. 50,000 people. And it was a community. But it depends on what your version of alone is. you know, I still think you're. I mean, I have a mean side of me. I mean, you see, like, when someone like Jeff Ross did what he did to me on multiple TV shows, had me taken off the Adam Egget roast. I lock in, and Jeff has seen that mean side of me. But how many times have you ever heard me say a bad word about, say, Tyler, the Creator? I've never said a bad word about him because he was awesome to work with. So, yeah, I probably am too nice. Um, it's probably hurt me, to be honest with you. But, the older I've gotten, the more, I won't say aggressive I've become, but, the more, I guess, aggressive in my views or stances I've become, and I like it. What up, Ray? What up, Ray? What up, Dirty is here? We're about to end the stream in about 5 minutes. We'll go to 65 minutes. So get your last few minutes in. And then I might stream a little later today, or I might not stream at all, to be honest with you. I might take, because Jews are around the money, honey. Well, it's how I operate, and that's probably around the hockey player in me. Hockey is a very alpha male sport. You slash me, I'm going to slash you back. You hit our best player, I'm going to hit your best player. It's very much, I don't know if we need more Greg Warren style comedy. Yeah, you too, Dirty is here. What KB has on his side is that he's seen the dark side of stand-up show business, so that's what makes him credible. Oh, 100%. And I'm almost at that level where I've seen the shitty side of the business. I've seen evil people make it in this business. I've seen evil people's managers make it in this business. I've seen people who should be in fucking jail make it in this business. And I've seen good people not make it. I mean, the funniest people I know are people you've probably never heard of. So Chicago Blackhawks in the house. They're going to be a bad team. They just, I feel bad for their goalie, Spencer Knight. He's going to be under siege a lot. Yeah, well, that is every business, but my point is it doesn't have to be. My experience on Roast Battle was horrific, but it didn't have to be. We all could have made the money. We all could have gotten the pussy or whatever you were trying to get out of. That TV show, or and like the cartoon I was on was the complete opposite of Roast Battle. Everyone got paid well. Everyone was told please and thank you, and we came to work every day in a recording studio, which is very laborious work. I mean, it's very repetitive and almost boring at a certain point. But we all came in great moods because Tyler treated us fucking amazing. Nothing's wrong with Greg Warren. I just, Greg Greg probably should have been a bigger comic than what he ended up being, to be honest with you. But I don't know if anyone would say we need more comics than Greg Warren. Ray, who? Ray DeVito? Yeah, we don't talk about him in here. That would be a great one. Oh my God. I mean, that would, the dark side of Roast Battle, that would be, I mean, some of the slobs we had on that show, I mean, probably at least 3 to 5 people accused of sexual assault did that show. I mean, just some animals, and the behind the scenes stuff. At least on season 1 that I experienced, it was fucking illegal. So that was, and what I mean by illegal was that it's based on that movie Quiz Show. There's a law that if it's a cash prize show, which that season was, I think season 2 was as well, that there's supposed to be no conflicts of interest. So even my first opponent, Jesse Joyce, should have never been on the show. Not because he's not good enough, but he's literally an employee of Comedy Central. So who do you think they were rooting for in that battle? And if that battle would have been remotely close, it wasn't. They would have voted for Jesse absolutely. Um, Jeff Ross is an executive producer and the head judge. So what happens when someone's battling who writes jokes for Jeff? And I saw it firsthand. Um, and managers repping contestants and judges. So what happens when that manager's client is battling someone who that manager doesn't represent, but that manager is also managing judges in that particular battle? What do you think is going to happen? It's illegal. So, you know, um, what are you going to do? Bill Burr's awesome. I mean, I'm definitely not as big of a fan of his since he went to that festival, but what are you going to do? He's one of the biggest, if not the biggest comic in the world. Very few people are going to call him out because, he's Bill Burr. What do you think about what? I mean, the Bruins are, they've won for basically 15 years, not the Stanley Cup or whatever. Um, but they're paying the price, little by little of, at some point you're gonna have to rebuild. Um, so right now they pretty much are down to Pasternak and a bunch of young kids and Zadorov on D and a good goaltender. But if you look at the East, I mean, look at the East right now. You've got the Panthers are going to be great for a long time. The Lightning are always going to be good. The Hurricanes, especially picking up Nikolai Ehlers, are going to be good. Toronto's going to be good. So that's four teams right there that are ahead of Boston. Am I saying Boston can't beat them? No. And then you've got the Rangers. The Rangers are always going to be in it. And the Islanders are a young, upcoming team. That kid Schaefer looks like he's the fucking real deal. So, Boston's kind of falling down the depth chart. And they don't really have a lot of prospects. They made a couple trades and whatnot that, they don't have a great farm system. So, at some point you got to rebuild. So, um, Iris Hamlin, what up? What up? I haven't seen you in a hot minute. The only reason why the Florida Panthers are going to be good is because of Brad. Well, he's hardly the only reason, baby doll. You've got Sam Bennett, you've got Reinhardt, you've got an amazing all-world goalie. You've got probably, I mean, McCarr's the best defenseman in the league, but Ekblad is an amazing defenseman. You've got a great coach, an amazing GM. I mean, the Panthers were winning before Marchand got there. They won a cup before Marchand got there. So I disagree with you there. So, Ray, we don't talk like that to Jenna. This isn't Craigslist casual encounters. Trocheck, isn't he on the Rangers, though? I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how the Panthers react without Barkov for the whole season. But he'll be ready for the playoffs. And I've had that same injury, torn ACL and side ligament damage. And man, it's tough. But to be honest with you, I was playing hockey 3 weeks after my surgery, and I had the full-on same surgery he had. And I'm sure his legs are in better condition than mine. So, torn ACL type of injury like that, casual encounters around ice. That was the Wild West. Yeah, I mean, Santa, it's just hockey. It's not like, we're disagreeing about world peace. I'm just saying, and Marchand's a great player, don't get me wrong. And he's a big reason they won last cup, but, they were winning without him. And, Ottawa's going to be a decent team. I mean, they've got, Kachuk is going to take it to the next level. Dylan Cousins there for a full season. They've got some tremendous youth coming in. And, a team that's going to be good in a couple of years is the Sharks. And the Sharks and the Utah Hockey Club, both teams have an avalanche of draft picks coming in and prospects already there. Well, I mean, that's just how hockey works. You've got to be bad to be good. I mean, you look at the Kings. They were bad for a long time. They won cups. They probably extended the life of the team a little longer than they should have, so they were bad for 2 years. They rebuilt, and I mean, I wouldn't say they have an amazing farm system, but their goaltending depth is awesome. And that's even after losing Phoenix Copley to Tampa Bay. You've got Kemper and Forsberg in the NHL roster. That's a very good combination. In the minors, you've got Portillo, and in juniors, you've got, I think it's Schledensky, the U.S. goalie, and Carter George, who's probably the best young goalie prospect, maybe outside of Askarov on the Sharks. So the Kings are looking very good. They don't have that oh my god prospect. They've got Liam Greentree who's good, but no, not Liam McInerney. So um, the Kings are looking good. Yeah, the Wild. I mean, I don't know how Kaprizov's the highest paid player in the league. I mean, he should not be paid more than um, McDavid, but McDavid, that's crazy. I mean, his agent must be going bonkers right now. McDavid should have been the league's first $20 million a year player. So you leave $7.5 million on the table for 2 seasons each season. That's $15 million that he just gave up. Yikes. The Kings won their cups around Gretzky. Actually, they didn't. They didn't win a cup with Gretzky. Uh, I mean, I'm a huge hockey guy, so. Um, well, I don't think. I mean, that's crazy though. Like, and I get why he did it. Hey, I'm going to take $12.5 million so you guys can go out and get me another winger or another defenseman or another goalie. I mean, that goalie Skinner gave up the other night. Yowza. I mean, um, so because Hyman's been hurt a lot lately. So, but and I think they just signed Jack Roslovic. But it's just the Oilers needed to do what the Kings did. When the Kings were rebuilding, they built from the back out. So they drafted Quick, they drafted Doughty, they drafted Kopitar. You got a great goalie, great defenseman, a great center, and then you got the banger and Dustin Brown, and then you built around that core four. That's the Oilers. They had like I think what 3 number 1 picks out of 4 years, and they just got forward, forward, forward. So yeah, you're going to score 4 goals, but the bad news is you're going to give up 5. Earl, have you ever been considered doing sideline announcing for hockey? I mean, I would love, me and my ex were coming up with an idea for a show like almost like a weekend update style show for the NHL network, but then we broke up and I gave up on the idea. Saw that Jenna Ray left to avoid the question. I don't know what question you're talking about, baby. You should go stream with some local hockey games or pubs in the future. Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking at what would be a fun stream to do. I've tapped out for now anyway with my stream of 20 to 40 people. So my next step is how do I get 40 to 80 people in there, and then 80 to 100, and yada yada yada. What's your stronger suit, NHL or 80s hair bands? It's pretty even. Like, I know a lot about both. Because I was like Jim Carrey and Cable Guy. I watched a lot of TV, so that was the 80s. And I grew up watching hockey in the late 70s to now, so I'm pretty proficient. Um, yeah, maybe Daily Show's a better example, but um, it was like with a comic twist. The NHL Network tries to do the comic twist, but it's with players trying to be funny. I think if you did like a weekly talk show, maybe, um, that would be fun to do. And, obviously it would, my fan base would not, I don't want to say explode, but it would do very well, I think. So, he was one of the better goaltenders. I wouldn't say he was the best goalie. I mean, Um, I would say the best goalie in the NHL right now is probably Vasilevsky in Tampa and Bobrovsky. Funny that the 2 best goalies are in Florida, which is a traditional non-hockey market, but you can be successful in a non-hockey market. I mean, Florida is now the benchmark for how to run a team. I mean, they take care of their players. It's a no income tax state. Um, the coaches respected, probably the most respected two coaches in the league are Cooper and Maurice. And the GM in Florida is just, people love playing for him. I mean, Marchand took less to stay there. Now, because, it was rumored that the Kings tried to get Marchand before the deadline. And, I'm sure he wouldn't have minded going to the Kings, but, 6 million in LA and 6 million in the non-income tax state, most players are going to pick that non-income tax state. Oh, hockey commentators are fucking amazing. If I was Vince Vaughn, Mike, I'd have more than 21 people in the stream. We're going to go to 80 minutes, babies. So 3.5 more minutes. I mean, when I dated the girl from Alabama, I kind of liked Alabama. Everyone's cool. Everyone's nice. Great restaurants, great sports teams. College football is like, it's king there. Flats or drums? I don't know what flats are, so I'm going to go drums. And interesting enough, Hallenbuck's a great goalie as well. I mean, Winnipeg's almost like the opposite of Florida, where you got to really reach for players to stay there. Because it's fucking cold. I've been in Winnipeg. It's fucking cold. I mean, when I was in Winnipeg doing Rumors Comedy Club, it was minus 21, no wind chill, just a straight minus 21. No wind chill. So, it's tough. Oh, I don't think Boston has a chance this year, to be honest with you. I mean, they just don't have enough. Their offense is Pasternak, and that's it. So, I think losing to hurt. I think, their defense is questionable. Bergeron retiring is and he could have still played, I think. That's why I'm kind of surprised Kopitar's retiring at the end of the year, because he still has it. Hey now. Oh shit, Big Black is in the house. We've got your hot leather, a cold steel. You make a move, I'll make you feel like a human target in my eyes. I'm a wanted man. TB, you ain't stumping me, baby. What up, Big Black? Welcome to the stream. We're just about to end it in a minute and a half. So I'm sorry that you came in here late. But hockey requires an insane amount of skill, skating, stick handling, and fighting. Yeah, it was a great fight last night. AC/DC, damn it, we're ending the stream in a minute. Great fight last night between ex-King Curtis McDermott and some fucking monster on Tampa. Douglas is his last name. He was 6'9". I mean, he made McDermott look small, and McDermott's like 6'5". So the East has some tough guys: Rempe, McDermott, Olivier. In Columbus, he's probably the champ. Tom Wilson, when he does fight. I don't know about that, Panic Studio. I don't know about that. Earl, keep up the great work. I'm out, man. I'll see you later, brother. 30 seconds, guys. Thank you, Joseph. If you're new to the stream, which I don't think many of you are, but if you are, please hit the like and subscribe button. And thank you guys for coming in on this early Friday morning stream, at least early for me. And now you are free to go to Chad's stream, Kevin's stream, Ski Mask stream, Steel Toes stream, Shuli's stream. You watch Perry Caravello pick his nose in a bear suit. And I love you all. Earl Skakel. Out.